Looks like we're live.
All right. Well, welcome, everybody. I am Ty Goodwin, and I am here for another episode with my partner in profit. Hey,
Right.
Ryan.
I'm doing great. How is everybody doing today?
Well, we're excited to have another conversation. Listen, we've been having a blast over this last month talking about how to leverage your Facebook group to generate leads and to get engagement. And today we have with us the brilliant and quite bankable. I'm super excited about this. Lamar Tyler, of course, I want to let him give us his pitch, but let me tell you, Ryan and I have been learning with and learning from Lamar and his tribe for the last, 8 or 9 months, and it has been phenomenal. He has got a lot of moving pieces to his business, but one of the things that he is known for is being called the Coin Father. That is his nickname. So we're excited to have him here with us today, talking about how he's been able to take his Facebook groups, that's plural, his Facebook groups, and engage with people, get the traffic, and monetize them. And so I know that you're probably excited about this too. So listen, if you're watching this live, go ahead, say hello in the comments, give us a thumbs up, some love, let us know that you're here. If you're watching this during a replay, just use hashtag replay to let us know that you have stopped by. And as always, we want to start with a quick check-in. So Ryan, I got to ask, how's it going?
It's going good. You know, uh,
Yeah.
quarantine. I hear that it won't be much longer. That's what they're saying. But everything's going well. Just trying to keep pushing and capitalize on the opportunity that exists.
Yeah, that's what they say, but I don't know how quick I'm gonna be stepping out,
Right. I
into
mean,
the
I'm not,
bookstore and
but
to the retail.
I know Georgia's about to open up. Like I don't know about that, but
Absolutely, absolutely. So, hopefully, for all of you that are out there, that you are doing well, that your families are doing well, that you're taking care of yourself, and that you're also taking care of business. Because, as we know, just because the world outside in some modes has stopped, business has not stopped. People are still buying, people are still selling, and you're missing a golden opportunity right now if you're not doing everything you can to level up your business so that you get in front of more people, so that you can get more leads and generate more sales. And today we're continuing our conversation about how are you using Facebook, and in particular Facebook groups, to do just that. So we have for you today the man, the coin father, Lamar Tyler. I'm so excited. Lamar, come on, give us your pitch. Tell us who you are.
Hey, what's going on? First of all, thank y'all for giving me the opportunity to come and share. My name is Lamar Tyler. I'm the creator of Traffic, Sales, and Profit. We help entrepreneurs drive more traffic, convert more sales, and grow more profit in their businesses. And I'm excited about this conversation because, Facebook and Facebook groups have really allowed us to build a community, to build a great pool in a surplus of leads all in one spot, right? We can serve, we can show our expertise, and then use that to move into product services and other things that we offer. So excited, y'all. Thanks again for having me on.
Absolutely, absolutely. So one of the things that we always start our conversations off is, by asking people for this particular topic, why did you start building a group? Everybody, from years ago was talking about have a Facebook page, have a Facebook page. Why did you start a group? That's what we want to know.
You know what? I started a group because my Facebook pages had gone dead. You know what I mean? So we originally, with other brands that we ran, had pages, but essentially at some point, Facebook flipped the switch on the algorithm. If everybody doesn't know, algorithm is the simple layman's terms, right? It's the computer code, the mechanism that says this is what we let you see and don't see, right? So when you go into your stream, you got 500 friends, but you only see like 50 of the same people's stuff all the time. You think somebody isn't on Facebook until you go to their page and then see they've been posting every day. You just haven't been seeing it. So when Facebook shifted the algorithm so that pages were no longer really in favor because they wanted you to pay to play, groups were the thing that were still getting engagement, that were still getting reach, that were allowing you to build community. So we switched over to groups. And still to this day, right, groups are still probably one of the best mechanisms on Facebook that allow you to actually have your voice heard throughout the actual platform.
Yeah, I remember those good old days, right? Everybody was going to Facebook pages, and it was really, really important for you to get likes. And now, in the scheme of things, that can be helpful depending on what you're doing. But, you're right, groups are where it's at. So you've done a great job of building not just a group, but a real community, And so, what have been some of the I guess the ground like the ground points, right, for building a community, not just a group, because a lot of people could just start a group, but what are some of the foundational things that you've done to make it a community?
Sure. Well, I think if you start with, all right, I want a group, I want to build a group. What I first talk about are like my 4 C's of social. And I think these apply to social in general, but specifically to groups as well, right? When I look at, all right, the first thing I want content. And what's the content I'm creating? And then folks that are watching, like a lot of you are experts, you have expertise in different things that you may do or things that you've learned either through your business, through what you do as an entrepreneur, or even through your corporate activity and training in life that you live before this entrepreneurial thing. So what's the kind of content that I can create where if you create awesome and great content, that's step number 1. Because when people come into the group, they say, hey, I like what I'm reading. I like what I'm seeing. I like in the videos that I'm consuming, like these videos that y'all are doing every week, right? And they say, like, I want more of that. And only do they say, I want more of that, but then they go get other people and bring them to the conversation as well. So we look at content. We look at content. The second thing we want to look at is consistency. Like, how are you actually showing up in that group? Because a lot of people say, I want to start a group. They get excited, but then by the next week, they on to the other thing. Then they come back in the group a week later and they like, how come these people ain't talking? They're not talking because you ain't talking, right?
Right.
So what can we do consistently to show up in the group presently every day? And for groups, it literally needs to be like every day, right? To engage with people, to talk to them, to find out what's on their minds, to find out, how you can serve them, what kind of content you create, what types of products and services do they need? So we want consistency. And then the last 2, besides content and consistency, I talk about creativity, right? What can you do in a creative manner that makes your group stand out from all the others? So with me, like a lot of creativity in my group is just me. I don't really front. I don't really act a certain way. I'm just uniquely being me. So I know other people can't do that. So with me, it's my personality. It's me telling jokes. It's me messing around with people. It's me, posting memes or gifts or whatever it may be, but still delivering all that in the scope of the content I do. And then the last 4th I do is culture, which is really tying all those 3 together, right? When you have content, we have consistency, we have creativity, that breeds culture. So that's like the core of what I say you need to really focus on and start with for your group to build it. And then the bonus thing I say on top of that, which is real good, y'all want everybody that's listening to lean in, is you need a good name. You know what I'm saying? Like that sounds simple, but literally like one of the best things you can do to accelerate the growth of your group is have a name that stands on its own, so that when people see it, they immediately get what it is. And they immediately can self-identify without anybody having to tell them, without them having to watch a video or get an email. Like they see that group and they say, you know what, that's something that speaks to me. I sound like something I'm a part of, I want to be a part of, and they click that link to find more to join it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds good. So I see a few people checking in the chat. Monty, how you doing? Freddie says, yeah, I ain't going outside. Bump that. Yeah, I'm with you, Freddie. So do us a favor, everybody. Please share. Please like. Please put some comment down. We got the Coin Father on the call today. We're so excited, so appreciative you taking the time to just speak with our people. And I know, Ty, I know you got a lot more questions for him, but I definitely just want to check in the chat. See everybody in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always got a whole bunch of questions. I love what you said, especially about culture. And the other thing you said about creativity. So Lamar, you have like the energy of like 10 cups of coffee. I love watching your videos because you're engaging, right? You light up, the space that you're in. So what about for those of us, some of us who are introverts, and it's like, well, I want to create a group and I want to, have this community, but that's not my energy, So do you have tips for people who fall into that category?
Yeah, the best tip I can do is you better fake it. Like, Ryan, I'm trying to tell him, don't nobody want to watch nobody that's boring, right? I don't know. I mean, we got Amani channel, and he's like the expert on getting introverts to, but I don't know, like this is not what Amani would say. I'm sure. I don't know what he would say, but this ain't it. But what I will say is that literally, what I would just think is you have to find some type of gear in order to switch into. And I can't tell you how to do it. That's what Amani does, right? But you have to find a different gear to flip that switch when it's showtime to become engaging, to become fun, right? It's like nobody can sit there and watch somebody for 15, 20 minutes that's boring them to death, right? Or it's like if your video don't make me want to hang out with you in real life, I'm probably not hang out with you online either. Especially when I'm getting messenger notifications, I'm getting pop-ups that somebody else went live. Like you literally are competing with, all these other platforms, all these other people, all these other things, the TV in the room, the kids in the room, all the other stuff that the person has available to them at that time for their attention. So you better bring it. And you don't have to be that person all the time. Like Ty, you know, one of the things that surprised people the most about me is regularly, like, I'm not the dude that's on stage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was going to say that, but I ain't going to say it.
So Ryan, me and Ryan have kicked it, right? Like, literally, like, I'm kind of like a quiet person. But most time, like, if I'm in a room, if I'm not doing my thing, if I'm in a room, I'm like in the back of the room, right? And I'm kind of quiet, and I'm just like, I ain't really like in there like, yeah, y'all, I be selling stuff, and you know, I be doing this, I be doing that, and
if you do comic club and you ain't even know it.
Right, you know, it's like I'm just not doing all of that. So, but what happens is when it's time for showtime, it's time for showtime, and I can be the person I need to be for people to connect with me, for them to get what they need to get, for me to be able to serve them at the highest level. And then most of the time, like when I'm done doing that, I'm like tapped, I'm drained. You know, I did 3 lives yesterday, and by the time, I did 2 lives, I had to do a Q&A or training or something last night. I did training. By the time of that last one, like I was done, right?
I know
so I had, you know, stop, recharge, get ready, you know, for my challenge again in the morning. But you know, like I said, you don't have to be that person all the time, but you got to be somebody that people want to connect with.
Yeah. Well, I love that you said that. Listen, for those of you who are just joining us, we are hanging out with Lamar Tyler of Black and Married with Kids, and we're also hanging out with Ryan, my partner in profit here. And, you know, we have real conversations in this forum. So this not scripted. We're having real, truth, honest conversations. And I love what you just said, because I think that worries people, you know, like they have to be somebody that they're not. And we're not saying that, but right. You do have to be engaging. Like if you went to somewhere live, you wouldn't be sitting there mumbling under your breath in the corner. You'd be talking to people. So just be that engaging, right? Take that same thing. Just because it's a camera, just think of it like the other person you're having a conversation with, right. You know?
So, and if I can add on what you said, I think what you said right there is so important, because it literally is that piece of, I'm not saying like go be somebody that you're not, right? Unless your stuff is extreme, you may need to do that. But for most people, they ain't going to be somebody that you're not. It's literally just like when I'm on stage, it's just another side of it, right? Yeah. So it's not even the dominant side of me. Like, you know, 9 times out of 10, I'm more like the chill person with me and Ryan. You know, we just sitting, talking and kicking it, and you know, grabbing something to eat or whatever. And it just is what it is. I'm not, you know, all hype. I'm not like, Ryan, what are you doing today? You know,
yeah, right.
Type in the comments what you wanted, like that. Right? Chilling. But like I said, but when I need to step up, and knowing that in order for me to serve people, I need to connect at my highest level of myself, right? In order for me to serve people, I need to be engaging. Because if I'm not those things and I can't get people to connect with me, then I can't really serve and I can't really give my message.
Yeah, I love that. It's about thinking beyond you, right? Yeah. It's, you know, the people that you're called to serve. And I always say it, I know some of you are probably sick of me saying it, but I say that there are people that can't step into their purpose until you step into yours. And if part of that means that you need to show up bigger and more engaging so you can get to those people, you just gonna have to buck up and do it, you know, and that's just part of the game. So one of the questions we've been asking folks in this series is, once you have your group, like you gave some great foundational pieces there. If you haven't heard that, go back and watch the video so you can get that. But what do you do to now actually get people into you? How did you get from, you know, the 0 to the 5,000 to the, you know, 10,000 people in your groups? Like, what did you do?
Sure. So great question. You know, the number one thing, well, I say the first thing you need to do is add people. Let's start from the beginning. Because sometimes people like skip the easy steps.
Right.
You adding your friends, your family, the people that be interested, like go hard to promote. Always talk about the fact there's no secret sales, right? People like to sell stuff and not tell people about it. Well, people like to do things like launch groups and not tell people about it. And then later on, their family friends is like, man, I would have been came in here if, you know, they kind of find out by accident later on. So first, like, who do you know, and how hard can you go to get people in a base group of people? The second thing I would say to do, and this is something I still do now, our group is coming up on 13,000. So this is something I still do now, is that you should consistently be prompting people that are in the group to go out and bring more people in. And the reason I say that is because most of the time people associate with other people like them. So if that's your avatar, your perfect customer, your perfect leader, your perfect community member in your group, they probably know other people that have the same interests as they have. So on a consistent basis, I'm telling them in different ways, I'm giving them different prompts to, hey, you know what? If you know somebody that would get value from this group, go out and invite them now. Hey, if you get value from the group, if we've helped you in some way, you have friends that should be here and they're not here yet, you dirty. Or maybe y'all don't want to talk to people like that, but I say, hey, you're doing them a disservice, invite them now. Or sometimes I'll challenge them. Hey, I challenge you to go out and invite 10 friends into the group now, and down in the comments, type the word done when you're done. So in different ways, I'm always prompting them to go out and get other people. In addition to that, right, it could be, for those of you, we got the funnel doctor on, right? So if you're running funnels and even Ty, right, the quiz queen and the funnel doctor together, right? If you got like your quizzes or your funnels or whatever you're running on the confirmation pages for all those things, the last page that those people land on, an easy way, especially if you're running traffic to that, you got paid traffic where you got a lot of people coming through that stuff. An easy way to build your Facebook group is on that very last page. Once you're done selling whatever you're selling, is just have a button and say, hey, click right here to join our community. Same thing if you're doing webinars and things like that. I got webinars, I got traffic running to them. Once they registered, everything is done. It say, hey, show up on this time, do this, do this, do this. In the meantime, make sure you click this button to join our free Facebook group where we talk about X, Y, and Z. We're gonna help you do all these different things. So, that's an option. Definitely emailing out your list. You could put a link to your Facebook group in your actual email signature. So that way, every time you're talking to people via email, that link to your group is going along with you and say, hey, join my free group of X, Y, and Z, whatever it is you're doing or whatever it is you're helping people to do. So just really communicating and spreading the word about the fact that, hey, we have this amazing community, and making sure as many people as possible know about it.
Yeah, I love that. What you said about, secret sales, because that's one of my challenges is I'm famous for I'm spending a whole bunch of hours creating something and then forget to tell people about it. You do that group as well, right? Like, oops, I didn't tell anybody I had a group. And you gave some really simple ways that folks can do that, right? So thanks for sharing that. That's awesome.
Welcome.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, the next, question that I have, and we always ask that with people that come on to the show, is what tips do you have for people to actually bridge that gap between getting the group, having a thriving group, having a group growing, to actually getting those people into your list and actually having them become customers and have it translate into sales?
Yeah, so that's good, right? So it's different things you can do. Of course, you can put up, questions on the front end to, get people
on your list.
On your list. And what I was telling on a class the other day, I was saying, maybe what you want to do is not even just have the question of, hey, give me your stuff, or I won't let you in my group, because I might say, man, it's a bazillion other groups on Facebook. I ain't tripping off your group, and
right. I'm gonna get it anyway.
Yeah, right. Look, I didn't ask to come. My friend added me in.
Right.
Lamar told them to add me in anyway, right? So they may or may not do it, but even with that, can we offer them a lead magnet, something of value in exchange when we say, this is why we want your email, right? Hey, come into the group, to join the group, give us your email because we want to send you this bundle of resources or a free training video, or can we give them some type of value in exchange for that? Inside the group, if we got lead magnets, can we just drop those in the group sometime and say, hey, y'all, we got a free checklist. We want to get everybody in the group. Click here and make sure you check it out. And then that gets them onto our email list or into a funnel or something like that. We do a lot of, we won't do as many as we used to, but we do webinars from time to time in the group or around the group, right? So that gives us another chance to say, hey, we're doing this free training for you. It's going to be on X, Y, and Z. And then they have to actually opt in and register to the webinar. We could, have another offer or something we sell them, on the front end of that, but then on the webinar, we'll definitely sell something as well. So like I said, how can we present value for them, knowing that they just don't want to join your list to join your list? How can we exchange some type of value in exchange for that, whether it's a webinar, a lead magnet, it could be a checklist, it could be a video, it could be an audio series, but some type of value they really want to get a hold of. Yep. Or a challenge, exactly. Like we're doing like this TSP 7-day more sales challenge in our Facebook group. So even that, right, as what it's done is two things. It's gotten a lot of new people into the group because we've been promoting it outside of the group to say, hey, we got this thing going on, come and see. And then when they come, we say, hey, it's happening inside the group, so you need to join. But then the other thing is for people that's already in the group, because we're doing it. It's not a new group we create. It's the group that we always use. And we're using it. One of the reasons we're doing is to boost engagement inside the group and get people real active and excited, to show my expertise, right? It's a bunch of different reasons we do it. But once they're in there, one of the things I'm saying to the people is like, hey, you may be watching the video, but we're giving out resources every single day. We're giving out templates and checklists and a worksheet and, a script and all this stuff, but you only get it if you actually register. And register, you got to go to that site and that's where they got to put in their name and email address. So again, like the same thing I'm talking about though, we didn't just say, hey, just go sign up and give us your stuff. We said, all right, this is the value that we're delivering. But in order to get that value, we need you to actually register and sign up for it.
Yeah, I love that. I just dropped the link to where they can access your group into the comments. And you're doing a challenge right now. You've had tremendous success. And I know that's one of the things that you share, with us. We're both part of, the mastermind that you run, but you've shared with us about using challenges, and those seem to work really, really well. What are some other ways outside of challenges that you've seen people increase engagement, not just getting people into the group or getting in the cell, but even while they're in the group, how do you get them to be engaged and responsive so that when you do have something to sell, that they're open to it?
Chad, that's a great question, because I think a lot of times people launch sales into groups that are not engaged. And then they wonder, why they didn't answer my question, or why they didn't do this or do that, right? Because probably, like I said, nobody even saw it. So again, before we can break through the Facebook algorithm of even letting, Facebook letting people even see what we got to get engagement, which is we need likes and comments and views and shares and people leaving their own comments and all this, and statuses and all this kind of stuff. So some of the stuff, we do to try to increase engagement, like I said, besides challenges, is, live stream is great right now, because live stream, like groups, is one of those things that Facebook algorithm is letting through, right? Mm-hmm. And letting people see it. So if you're doing engaging live streaming, people will be able to connect with it. They can leave comments in it. They can do watch parties. Like there's something else they can do inside where they actually share your live. Still can be inside the group, but just more people see it, or a different group of people may see it than even though you're going live in the same exact group, the same exact time. Some of the other stuff we do, like this stuff, everything ain't complicated. One of the most successful things we do to get good engagement is to do two types of posts. One type of post where it just gives value and information, right? And Ty, you know this because you come in a group and you drop these all the time, right? We're just like, hey, I ain't linking to nothing, I ain't selling nothing, but here's just like value. Like here's something that I want to share with you. We call them nuggets inside of our group, but here's something I want to share with you. And it can even be like long form content. And if it's good, right, increase engagement. People thank you for it. They appreciate you. They're going to let you know in the comments. They're going to like it. They're going to love it. They're going to do all that kind of stuff. The other thing is just to ask questions. But I was talking to a client the other day around the questions that you ask in your group. Like a question is probably one of the things I get the most engagement with in the entire group. Most of my questions I'm going to use are going to just be text only. They're not going to be like a picture. It's not going to be a graphic. It's going to be because Facebook love it when you just use Facebook. Sometimes they let you get, stuff with other things, but the more you just use Facebook itself, they love it. So it's just going to be text. I'm not going to upload a picture, nothing, a meme or nothing like that. It's just going to be text. And I'm going to ask a question. And when I ask a question, y'all, you want to make sure that the question you ask in your Facebook group is A, easy to answer, right? Right? Because like people asking questions, like I'm like, nobody's going to answer that. It's easy to answer. And then B, it's the kind of thing that a person like feels like they have to answer. So for our Black and Married with Kids, anytime we do stuff marriage related, on a page or on a group, we ask a question. Like we want to ask a question like where was your first date? And the couples like they instantly remember and boom, they can type it down. We not like something is more harder than that. Like what were the top 3 choices for where you want to get married? Don't nobody remember. Don't nobody know. Don't nobody care, right? So anything I got to think about, I'm probably not going to do it. It's either say, it's too much, or I'm gonna come back. Or a lot of times, y'all, I don't know if you ever been like me. Sometimes I'll be in the comments of somebody's post typing, and then I'll be like, this is too much.
Yeah. I've done that before.
I do it all the time, right? I literally be typing, I'll be like, it's just too much. Like, it's too much thinking. Like, I don't want to do that much thinking. But if you give me something quick, even in traffic sales and profit, I could say, I might say, what made you start your business? But even that is like something that like involves a longer answer that may be deeper or something like that. But I might just say, hey, what's your money goal for this week? And the people are transparent. The people don't mind about people knowing, hey, that's something they'll drop real quick. I might say, hey, what's the last book that you read? You know what I'm saying? And people that read, right? We love talking about the books. We make us feel accomplished. We love talking about the books we read. So they're going to drop that in. So what's an easy question you can ask that they feel like compelled, like I really want to answer this, right? What's the music as a soundtrack for you when you want to work right now? Like people love talking about music. So something they love talking about, it's got to be focused on them and it got to be easy. And again, like that, even that focused on them part, because a lot of times we ask questions that's about us, the group person. Nobody cares about us, right? The whole thing is what's in it for them. So what question can you ask them that gets them excited? And then people will come and they'll answer. And then just the other thing, guys, I wanted to add on it, because I know a lot of people get discouraged about nobody's commenting, nobody's talking in my group. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes it's just a byproduct of you not having enough people in the group yet. and realizing that, hey, maybe only, and I'm making these numbers up, y'all, so this is not Facebook. This ain't come from Facebook. But in Lamar's around the way about it this year, I'm estimating, I'm good estimating that only about 10% of the people in your group are actually active in most times, right? Meaning like they not just like reading. There's a lot of people that lurk, but I'm talking about like actually active. They comment, they like stuff, they may post an article, they engage with you on the live, stuff like that. Only about, out of that 10%, only 10% of that, maybe like 1% of the total group are hyperactive. Meaning they're the people that start their own conversations, right? That are putting their own status out. Like when you're away, they still have the group running. So the thing is, you got to build a group big enough so that you have a big enough 10% to engage and a big enough 1% that can actually engage and keep the group going on their own, so that you can step away for a day or two, come back, and the group isn't dead and the engagement isn't gone. So like I said, don't get discouraged, just work to build that group bigger.
Yeah, it's the same thing like building your list. Right.
Exactly.
It's all a numbers game. The more numbers you have, it's still that 10%, that 2%, that 20% overrate. But, people don't understand that. And so they get really mad. I got 100 people and nobody, you got 100 people.
Right.
Exactly. Right. So think about, like I said, like you got 100 people, you might have 10 that comment on a good deal of stuff. If your mom and them ain't in there holding it down for you, it might be like 10 regular people. And then it might be like, you might get lucky to get that one in there, but that 1% get hard because, and stuff even happens in cycles in groups, y'all. Like the person that was my 1% or the people that my 1% last year, because of just life, they come and then they fade away. They still in the group, they fade away a little bit. Then it's like some new people come in the group and they like, oh my goodness, this is the best thing ever. And they boom, they type in, they active, they doing all this stuff. And then they fade away a little bit. Then boom, the next person come, right? So it's all about, like I said, those 4 C's, content, consistency, creativity, and culture. You keep that going, you keep building that group, and you'll be able to ride the wave out as new people are always coming into it.
Love it, love it, love it. So I heard a lot of good nuggets in that. So for those of you who are listening, listen, a lot of good nuggets today about how to have an engaged group, how to monetize your group. So grateful for, Lamar, Tyler. We got to wrap up because I want to keep to our 30 minutes that we promised we were going to be on today. But I want to give you a chance to, how can people get in touch with you? I know you got a fantastic challenge going on. It's not too late to get in on the sales challenge, right? That you got going on. So tell folks how they can get access to the sales challenge and what else you got going on. How can they get more of the Coin Father if they want to connect with you?
Yep. So like you said, we got a sales challenge going on right now, 7-day more sales challenge. That's whether you started out, made no sales, or you ringing up 7 figures in sales. I still got something that can help you get to the next level, whatever that is for you. To get a hold of that, you just go to www.tsp, like traffic, sales, and profit, tspchallenge.com. That'll drop you, let you register and drop you into the group for the actual challenge. We're early in the challenge still. And don't worry, you can go back and look at the videos from the, this is only on day 3. So from the previous 2 days and this morning, you can go back and look at the videos. We're doing bonus content, bonus trainings. I got one after this we're doing a little bit in the group. So make sure you register, www.tspchallenge.com. And then just to connect with me, right? Once you join the challenge, you'll drop it in my group. And Todd dropped the link earlier, just Traffic, Sales, and Profit with Lamar Tyler. We'd love to have you be a part of the community.
Fantastic. I love it. I love it. And I learned, I learned by watching, I learned from all that. So I'm gonna use one of the Lamar Tyler tricks that I see him do. So listen, I've got some notes and some outlines on what you can do to grow your Facebook group. I usually give them to people who are in the Profit Academy, but I'm going to make them available to people for the next 48 hours. So here's the deal. If you want it, you got to type in the comments. You got to type I want it, type it right down in there, and I will make sure that you get it. No opt-in, no nothing, but I want to deliver value, right? We heard about the content and the creativity. I want to deliver some value to you. And I know that, listen, we've been talking about this for the last month. So if you are not ready to start your group and if you're ready to start your group and you've been making an excuse that you don't know what to do, I got you covered. I'm going to talk to you about what to set up, how to put your description in, how to even invite people. We have a little script that we give you so you can actually use that to invite people so you do not have to start from scratch. So if you want to type me in the comments, simple 2 letters, M-E, type me in the comments and I'll make sure you get a copy of it. All right. Ryan, you got any last words you want to wrap up with?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, thank you so much, Lamar, for coming on. Everybody got a lot of great nuggets. If you watch this on replay, type #replay, type me in the comments. Any other questions you guys have, put them down. I'll come back and answer them. Thank you so much, Lamar, for coming on. Everybody have a great day.
Hey, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Wow.
Fantastic. All right, everybody, we're out. See you later.